The northern districts of Villupuram, Kadalur, Tiruvannamalai and Kallakurichi have been devastated by heavy rains and flooding triggered by Cyclone Fengal. While thousands of people have been rendered homeless and put to severe hardship, a political blame game is on as to what caused the flooding. What is this controversy all about? Vanakkam. This is T. Suresh Kumar. Thank you for joining me in this episode of the Hindu Focus Tamil Nadu. On the evening of December 1, after Cyclone Fengal had largely spared the capital city of Tamil Nadu and caused destruction in Villupuram and its surroundings, Chief Minister M K Stalin had tweeted a video which showed some people praising his administration for the handling of the flood situation in Chennai. Stalin said that during the erstwhile AIADMK regime, the people of Chennai had spent sleepless nights on account of a sleeping administration and human error. On the contrary, according to him, under his Dravida Model government, after braving a natural calamity, normalcy had been restored overnight. The Chief Minister was obviously looking at scoring some political brownie points by referring to the December 2015 floods in Chennai, when many people were woken up from the sleep after water entered their homes following the release of water from the Chembarambakkam reservoir without any notice. However, soon enough, Stalin found himself at the receiving end after opposition parties pounced on his remarks and accused his own administration of being in deep slumber. Blaming the DMK government for the heavy flooding in the northern districts, a leader of opposition, Palanisamy, said that people had lost sleep because 1.68 lakh cusecs of water was discharged from the Sathanur Dam in Tiruvannamalai district without giving any notice to the villagers. He said that hundreds of villagers downstream as well as on the banks of the Tenpannai river were marooned on account of this. Other opposition party leaders, including PMK President Anbumani Ramdas and BJP State President K. Annamalai, backed this charge. Water Resources Minister Dravida, however, countered this charge. He said multiple alerts were issued to the villagers living in the downstream areas before the water release from Sathanur was stepped up. According to him, even on December 1st, 2 alerts were issued following heavy rains in the upstream areas of the dam, and only later was the discharge stepped up to 1.68 lakh cusecs considering the safety of the dam. Duraimurugan argued that the government had actually saved the lives of people and prevented destruction on a large scale on account of its effective handling of the situation. He felt that people were spreading false messages without understanding the real causes of the flooding. So, can the opening up of the shutters of the Sathanur Dam be equated with the release of water from the Chembarambakkam reservoir that led to the Chennai flooding in December 2015? The Comptroller of Auditor General had in its report blamed the Chennai floods as a man-made disaster. It blamed the AIADMK government and said that the water inflow and outflow in the Chembarambakkam reservoir was not regulated as per the norms of the Central Water Commission. It felt that indiscriminate discharge of water from Chembarambakkam had led to swelling in the Adyar River and consequent flooding of the city. The report had pointed out that the discharge of water was stepped up from 12,000 cusecs to 29,000 cusecs continuously for 21 hours on December 1st, 2015, which led to the massive flooding in the capital city. Now let's take a look at the data on water discharge from the Sathanur Dam. The Sathanur Dam is one of Tamil Nadu's largest dams with a storage capacity of 119 feet. It was constructed across the Tenpannai River in the late 1950s. On December 1st of this year, at 2 p.m., the discharge of water stood at 19,000 cusecs. But within the next 12 hours, that is at 2 a.m., this was stepped up to 1,30,000 cusecs. And by 3 a.m., the discharge was 1.68 lakh cusecs. This, in fact, is the second largest quantum of discharge of water in the last 52 years. In 1972, following heavy flooding in Sathanur Dam and its catchment areas, as much as 2.57 lakh cusecs of water was discharged. So this time, the quantum of water discharged was about 65% of the historic figure of 1972. However, mere numbers may not reflect the real scenario. There is evidence to show that early on Sunday, when the water level in the dam had touched 118.05 feet, a flood alert was issued to 14 villages in the immediate vicinity. Besides, 250 villagers downstream were put on high alert by the authorities. In addition to that, evacuation measures were on. At the same time, there was heavy flow from the uncontrolled catchment areas of the Tenpannai River. The cyclone had dumped 50 centimeters of rain within a period of 24 hours in Uttangarai. There was also heavy rains in and around Tenpanai and Sathanur Dam area. Likewise, 1 lakh cusecs of water was being discharged from the Tirukoilur Anikat around the same time. All these factors accentuated the flood situation in the river, and this left behind a trail of destruction in the northern districts. Of course, like the Chennai floods, the CAG would also examine the floods in the northern district and in its report may highlight any pitfalls. What is certain for now is that when the assembly session begins on December 9th, the government will have a lot of explanation to do. In the meanwhile, the priority should be to offer aid and assistance to the people of northern districts who have lost their livelihood and have now been forced to start their lives from the scratch. They have lost their cattle heads and more than 2.11 lakh hectares of farmlands have been inundated. The focus of the opposition parties should be on ensuring that they are rehabilitated at the earliest. Besides, the opposition may have to pose some tough questions to the government on the washing away of a newly constructed bridge in Tirunelveli district. On that note, this is D. Suresh Kumar signing off. I shall meet you in another video. Thank you.